Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. I'm just going to do a quick little handheld update at the minute, just to let you know what I'm currently reading so that I can kickstart this vlog, because it is almost 11 PM. I've spent the last 3 hours editing my vlog for last week. I went to see Mayday Parade and I also did quite a few updates, so it was quite a long one. And I was having like a dilemma about when to cut one of the songs from Mayday Parade in the vlog. So it's been a long time editing, but I found that I really like starting my vlogs off on Mondays, so I just thought I'd do this update so that we have a solid foundation to continue from. So I'm currently reading An Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard. This is an urban fantasy about magicians and there is a magical tournament in it. There is no real world building at the beginning and I knew that going in, so I've kind of suspended my disbelief. So far I'm enjoying it. I've read about 26 pages today. I'm on page 76. So I think what I'm going to do is just edit my thumbnail for my vlog and then do some more reading in this. I'm not going to put the Xbox on or anything for tonight. I think I'm just going to chill out a little bit after all that editing, because not only have I edited all that tonight, I've also uploaded another video that I'd edited and was waiting to go up. So it's been like a YouTube heavy night. I didn't give you like a full plot synopsis on this because I did do it at the very end of last week's vlog. So if you would like to know in depth where the plot of this is so far and like what the synopsis is, then please check that out. So yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed, or get in bed at least, and do some reading. This is going to be exporting overnight. It's going to take 3 hours and 53 minutes apparently, which is nothing new for vlogs, which is why sometimes they go up a little bit late. I do have a few more things to tell you, but I am going to save it until I get like my ring light and my tripod up and everything, and I can do like a proper check-in with you guys. I'm gonna have a busy few days, but not as in like going out doing things, just things that I have to get done. My Bookopoly video is going up on Thursday. I haven't filmed it yet. I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow, but I will be going out for dinner tomorrow, so I'll be filming that quite late. I also have another video that I can film tomorrow that I'm thinking I might as well just do while I'll have my makeup on and have everything set up. I'm not sure how much reading I'm gonna get done, but this is actually my last Bookopoly book, so I really want to finish it before the end of the month. I mean, I'm not going to be punishing myself if I've started a book and I'm like working my way through it, but just haven't finished it. But I still would like to get this done because I would also at least like to start Prisoner of Azkaban for Ryan's read along. I haven't read that yet this month, and that's the book for February. And I'm hoping that Bookopoly will be a little bit kinder to me in March, because I'm co-hosting the Book Junkie book club for March, and the book for that is Priory of the Orange Tree, which is 800 pages, and also for my read along for the A Song of Ice and Fire series or Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, we are starting book 2, which is Clash of Kings, in March. So a couple of chunky books. I'm not intending to read the entirety of Clash of Kings, but I'd like to get at least halfway through. So I do have some things going on in March and I'd like to try and squeeze them into my TBR. There are also a couple of readathons, one that I'm co-hosting, which is the rereadathon, and one that I'd like to take part in, which is the Buzzwordathon. So I kind of hate this, but I love this. I love the anticipation of wanting to know what's coming up in Bookopoly, but I also hate the fact that the month ends in a couple of days and I have no idea what I'm going to be reading. But that's it for now. Like I said, a quick update. I'm going to go get some reading done, get my pajamas on, etc., and just chill out for an hour or so and try and get a bit of an early night maybe. Hey, so I've just done filming my Bookopoly and a couple of other videos, because while I had makeup on, like, I wasn't going to waste it just for one video. So I thought I would check in and tell you like where I'm up to with reading. Still reading An Unkindness of Magicians. We're not surprised, I was only on page 76 yesterday. However, I'm on page 194 right now, and I think that this is going to be really high rated for me. I'm thinking at least a 4. I don't think the ending's going to disappoint me from what I've heard people say about this book. So at least a 4. Not sure if it has 5-star potential, but I am really enjoying it. We've talked multiple times about how I'm not very good at suspending my disbelief, but the thing about this is that because I knew going in, like, it's absolutely fine, I know that by the end of this, everything's going to become clear. And so I'm not just reading it like, what is this? I don't know what's going on, what's happening. And I'm actually paying attention because I'm expecting everything coming together to be quite good. At the end of last week's vlog, like I said, I went into a deep plot summary of this, but just to summarize it here in case you didn't make it through that 30-minute vlog. This follows magicians in New York City, and every 20 years there is a tournament called the Turn-In, where each magical house comes together and they fight for essentially ownership of the unseen world, which is the world of magic, and whichever house wins will rule them for the next 20 years or so. However, this time we have a lot of different things coming into play. There's a lot of different characters for this very short 350-page book that was originally intended to be a standalone. I do believe it's getting a sequel now. So we have lots of characters with different things. It does take a while to wrap your head around those, but actually I'm doing pretty well. They're all pretty distinctive and they have their own things going on. In the midst of this, we are following Sydney, who is a nobody who's just appeared in the unseen world and is standing as a champion for somebody who is also from the outside, who is hoping to found a house in the turn-in, because if you come from the outside and you choose to participate, if you do really well, you will get the opportunity to found your own house and become like one of the elite magicians. And she has a personal score to settle for reasons that I'm not going to tell you, and I'll tell you why I don't really want to give you any details of what else is going on in this plot. Like I said, you get thrown into it, you don't know anything, you just kind of have to grasp what's going on as it goes along. However, the things that you're finding out, okay, so you'll get like little tidbits as you're reading along. And what I think Kat Howard does really, really well is that as the plot is moving along, she gives you a chance to figure things out. So there'll be like a tiny clue fed to you, and you'll sort of think like, oh, this thing relates to this thing that's been going on, like this person is doing this because of this. And then like a chapter or so later it will be revealed. So I really like that things are being revealed very, very slowly as we go along, so you're getting a bigger picture of what's actually going on in the plot. But you do also have just this little bit of information that will help you to get that yourself. Like you get to do the whole like, oh, I know what's going to happen thing, and then you get the validation quite soon afterwards of it actually being revealed. So I think that that's done really, really well, and I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. It took me, I would say, the 70 pages to really get into it, but since I got past that, like I've flown through this today and I'm super, super hooked. So yesterday I said I was going to discuss a few things with you, and I was going to wait till I had my ring light set up. Now this isn't ideal because I've been filming for like quite a while. I've been filming for about 4 hours, including putting my makeup on, setting up. I've done Bookopoly, so like 2 filming locations and pulling a whole ton of books and stuff. So I'm a little bit tired, but that's good for you because it means I'll touch upon it quite briefly. Last weekend on Saturday night, I did cut a tiny bit from last week's vlog just because of how long it was, where I was saying that I didn't know what I was doing at the weekend, but if I don't do something, I've been starting to get stir crazy and really frustrated. And that happened on Saturday night. I didn't really do much on Saturday. We didn't go out. I didn't have many outstanding orders for my business, so I wasn't making things. I was just doing like labeling and things like that and working on the website. It gets late on and I'm playing Apex Legends and I'm, you know, enjoying myself. I always say like I don't get a whole lot of time to relax. I'm constantly doing, I'm a workaholic. However, I had so much like restless energy and I just could not relax, so I started to purge my wardrobe. Just randomly, just like 10 o'clock at night, I'm gonna purge my wardrobe, which I did. Then I started sobbing uncontrollably because I felt like I have really low motivation or really low self-worth at the minute, not feeling great. And I think my problem is that I mentioned last year that my gym was being closed for refurbishment. So there are a few classes going on in different locations through the town, like the school and the library. And I have been going to yoga at the school, but my spin classes are being held at the library and I'm scared to go because I don't know exactly where they are and I don't have anyone to go with, and the booking on process is different. And then the next gym, like both of the closest gyms to me are 20 minutes away, and I don't really feel like that's feasible on a weeknight. And I like to work out on weeknights and have the whole weekend to work on BookTube, my business, and just relaxing. Essentially, I've been feeling very low in motivation. I feel like I'm still stuck in a Christmas funk where I'm eating loads and not really thinking like calories don't count at Christmas. And I'm not exercising enough, and I used to exercise like high intensity at least 3 times a week, which would leave me like tired that evening and also the following day. So my energy was burning off and now it's not, and I'm eating utter crap. So what I have decided to do is I have decided that each week I'm going to set 3 weekly goals just to try and help me get back into this habit of eating a little bit healthier, or like counting. I like to count calories just because the number limit sort of like balances me out. So if I eat really healthily throughout the day, I can like treat myself with like 1 chocolate bar. Not the best way to do it, but it works for me, and I lost like 28. I lost 2 stone by doing that. I want to set myself some weekly goals just to motivate me to get back to where I was and get rid of these feelings. So essentially, I keep thinking every time I feel like this, I always think in Booktubeathon 2018, I went to the gym 3 times that week, I read 7 books in a week, and I uploaded 7 daily vlogs, and now on a daily basis or a weekly basis. I can hardly do one of those 3 things, and I want to not do that because that's obviously like an extreme push of my abilities, but be more motivated and be achieving more on different aspects of my life instead of like funneling. Like right now I put a lot into booktube and I'm still going to put this amount into booktube, but at the same time I was also doing other things that I'm not doing anymore. So to hold myself accountable to these goals, I would like to share them with you at the beginning of every vlog to hold myself accountable for them, just until I get myself back on my feet and these things become second nature to me again. My 3 weekly goals for this week, I'm starting very small. I would like to start counting calories, which I have done today. I started on Tuesday instead of Monday because Monday was very busy. I spent a lot of time editing last week's vlog. I want to post on my Grace and Honey business Instagram at least once a day, which again, I started that on Tuesday, but I have done that for today. And I want to go to 1 spin class, so that will mean that this week I will be doing 1 yoga, 1 spin. At the moment, I'm intending to go to spin on Thursday, hoping I don't chicken out. Hopefully, what I'm going to do is on Sunday night, I'm going to let you know if I achieve those. Obviously, this has taken quite a lot of time for me to explain because I just want to introduce the idea. Going forward, it's not going to be this huge chunk of time that's spent explaining my goals. Literally just going to run through them really quick, maybe give you a brief reason why, and then at the end of the vlog I'll let you know if I achieved them. I'm sorry that you have to do this with me because essentially I just need to hold myself accountable, and I think I discussed in a recent book tag that I did that obligation, consistency, and making things seem like I'm achieving things, like goal-oriented person is me, and they just help me really achieve my goals. So sorry that you had to suffer through this big explanation, but it would just really help me if I could just include that little snippet into my vlog to hold myself accountable to these goals. The idea is that I'll just add a tiny little bit to my day or my week every single week, and until I'm feeling a lot better again. So I'll let you know at the end of the week how that goes. And now I think I've taken up quite enough of your time on this ramble. I'm gonna go take my makeup off and get into bed because it's at least 11 now, I'm gonna say. And I want to do a little bit more reading. I've read about 120 pages today. I'd like to bump that up to 150 and then get my beauty sleep. Hey guys, so last night I did finish Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard. I gave it 5 stars. I don't really have much to add to what I've already said about it. I still really enjoyed it. I really love this, and I don't know if I really expected to, but I'm kind of torn between a 4.5 and a 5 because I don't think that this is going to be like one of my favourite books ever, but I don't actually really have anything negative to say about it, so I don't feel comfortable deducting stars because I didn't find anything wrong with it. I have nothing really to criticise, but normally I would give a book that isn't going to be one of my favourite books of all time like a 4.5, but that's not really fair if I can't think of anything negative to say about it. Obviously, as this was intended to be a standalone, I do think that it stands really well on its own, but at the same time I am really excited to read a sequel to this. Unfortunately, apparently that's only happening in 2020, so I'm gonna have to wait, but I'm really glad that I read this, and I just thoroughly enjoyed the glamour and the extravagance of this like New York magician scene. And I don't know if I'm going to read anything more by Kat Howard as like a priority, because I do think that it was that extravagance and opulence that really drew me into this story. But I did thoroughly enjoy this, and I would definitely consider picking up more from her. So now we're on the last day of the month, and I still have to read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So now we're on the last day of the month, and I still have to read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban for Ryan's Harry Potter read along. This is the book for February, and I did start it today. I don't have a bookmark in it, that's awkward. I'm up to page 94, so like chapter 7, I'm this far in. Now, normally I would say I might try and finish it tonight, but I know for sure that I'm not going to because season 8 of Fortnite is released, and while I've discussed in like the last 2 vlogs that I do really prefer Apex to Fortnite, I do have the battle pass for Fortnite because I did get the free one that they were giving away, and I've never had a Fortnite battle pass before, so I'm excited to see like the new challenges, like actually being able to level up in game rewards and things like that. So I'm going to spend most of tonight playing that. I am currently updating though because I had my Xbox like in my bedroom, and in this corner of my room, like it's the corner that I'm sat in, the internet strength is not very strong, and I normally just sit and wait it out, you know, but it dropped. It was doing like 5 megabits per second, which is kind of slow, but then it started downloading at like 500 kilobytes per second, and I was like, I can't deal with this. So I took it through to the living room and plugged it into the TV in there. It's now like 6 times as fast as it was when it was doing pretty well in here. So that should be done soon, but I am going to sit and read this until that is ready. Just have a couple of like vlog and book diary things to do, and then I'm gonna sit and read. I am enjoying this more than I've enjoyed Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets so far. I'm not sure what it is. I think part of it is that at the beginning when Harry decides to leave the Dursleys, I remember reading that for the first time and it came as a shock to me. I was reading it and all this emotion came to me from the first time I read this when I must have been around 10. And that was like a really special moment, and also there's a lot of time spent on Diagon Alley in here, which I really appreciated. So this is what I'm continuing on with. Don't think I will be finishing it tonight. As I am filming this, I have 20 minutes until my Bookopoly video goes up, so you will have seen that by the time you see this, so you will know what's on my TBR. I'm quite excited to get into that TBR. I have a varied mix of stuff. It's less varied than it was in February, but there's more on there that I'm pretty sure I'm going to like, whereas the variations in February's TBR was like a mix of stuff I was excited for and stuff I really didn't want to read because I had some unlucky rolls, like historical fiction in February. So I'm gonna go get on with some reading before I give my night away to Fortnite. The good thing is that my boyfriend is out tonight, so he's gonna be back quite late. He'll probably be home around midnight, which means I have quite a bit of time just to chill out and do stuff, you know. Hey guys, happy 1st of March. We're over here again. I'm still reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm up to page 199, which is chapter 14, and I'm thinking that I may be able to finish this tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna try. Well, I'm not gonna go out of my way, but like if I could, that would be great, because this isn't on my TBR. This is left over from February, and obviously I'm onto my March Bookopoly TBR now. So speaking of my TBR, I'll put this down. I don't have anything to say about this. It's just I'm enjoying it. Doing my TBR as usual, Bookopoly, read along books, etc, etc. But during February I took part in the BookTube games and I read about 3,200 pages I think for the BookTube games. If you remember, a few weeks ago I said that I had broken down my TBR into pages per day, and I had to read this many pages per day to get through all of the books on my TBR. And I found that that worked really well for me, like having the daily page goal. And I didn't meet it every day, and I didn't beat myself up about not meeting it every day. I did the first couple of days because it felt like it was unobtainable. But when I started to read more and I realised that like 150 pages is something that I could do a day, then I started to calm out if I didn't hit it, because it was just like, oh well, I don't want to read this much every day. But I did find having a page per day goal really motivating. So what I've done is that I have put into my reading spreadsheet a page that's essentially exactly like the BookTube games tracker, but just for one person, and for every month apart from January, because I don't have the data for January. It's split across all the days, and then I'll write in however many pages I've read per day, and then at the end it totals up how many pages I've read over the entire month, and also my average pages per day. And that's going to be interesting to sort of see the results across the month. And yeah, I just thought that having that page goal really motivated me, because I think I'm going to have to go back and look at my bullet journal for last year, but I think that February has been my best month on BookTube ever in terms of how much I read. So it seems that having a page per day goal was like a really motivating target for me, and it also helps me to ensure that I'm reading what I need to, and that I'm not going to get caught out in the last week of the month with a ton of books left to read. So this month my page goal is 133 pages per day. However, I am going to do what I did last month, and I'm going to aim for 150. And then if I'm hitting 150 every day, then I'll easily achieve my TBR, because that calculation does not take into account rereadathon, which I do have quite a large TBR for. I've been like thinking of things that I want to reread. So my TBR for that is like big. I'm not going to read everything on my TBR, like I know for sure, but there are going to be books in there that aren't on my Bookopoly TBR. If I'm reading 150 pages a day, I'll be enough ahead that rereadathon shouldn't be a problem. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna do a little bit of reading of this, and then I have a cup of tea. I'm gonna do my nails, and look, oh, I don't look great at the minute. My hair needs washing, but I don't want to wash it because it's effort, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna drink my tea, read some of this, shower, but I don't know if I'm washing my hair, and then I may try and fix my nails. And then we're having a big Fortnite session again tonight, because my boyfriend has not played season 8 yet. So I'll check in with you guys probably tomorrow. I think I'll definitely finish this tomorrow, if not tonight. and let you know what my first book of March is going to be. Hey guys, so it's still, well, it's just turned Saturday afternoon, it's like midday, and I finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and given this 5 stars, I actually really loved it. And going into this series, I thought this would be my least favourite, but I think what the thing is that the movie is my least favourite. I feel like in the movie you don't get as much of Lupin and Sirius and the emotion with those two that you do in the book, because Lupin is a fucking good teacher. He's like probably the best teacher that you ever see in Hogwarts, in that his teaching methods are really good. And obviously he is one of Harry's father figures in his life as well as Sirius. And I know people say that later on, like, it turns out that Sirius uses Harry to some degree, kind of similarly to the way that Dumbledore does, but in this you just got like, he was just, oh, I was just so sad for Harry because he thinks he's gonna go live with Sirius and he doesn't. So yeah, 5 stars, really emotionally invested in this, was surprised by how much I loved it. So now I'm finally on to starting my Bookopoly TBR, and the first book for Bookopoly this month was Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan, and this is for the challenge to read a book set in a culturally diverse world. Natasha Nyan is Malaysian, at least in like heritage. I believe that this is heavily inspired by some Malaysian culture, I'm guessing. Like, it's an East Asian fantasy, I'm pretty sure. And this follows a girl who has, I think she has like really pretty eyes, and because of that she is chosen to be one of the Demon King's concubines. And this book deals partly with sexual assault. There's also a sapphic relationship in there. I'm obviously excited to read it because you know how I feel about East Asian fantasy, so I'm going to be starting that soon. I'm not sure, I don't think I'm starting it right now because the weather's quite nice, and my dad told me that it's going to be going downhill like later this afternoon and across tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm going to take the dog for a walk because I haven't managed to go to a spin class this week, which was one of my weekly goals. But I do plan on just going to the normal gym tomorrow because, as I was saying, like, my gym's being refurbished, so I'm gonna go to one of the ones that's 20 minutes away so I can have a look around, like see where the spin studio is and like where all the class studios are, so that I can get to grips with the gym and feel a little bit more comfortable going there and like sort of feeling less awkward. I really struggle with awkwardness in situations like this, like doing things for the first time, unless somebody comes with me, but my boyfriend just doesn't really enjoy the exercise classes, because for me to be able to work out I need that pressure of being locked inside a room for a certain amount of time and not being able to leave, whereas my boyfriend really doesn't like that. He likes to be able to just like get up and go when he wants to. So I am going to go to the gym tomorrow, even though I failed my weekly chat like thing of going to a spin class. But why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go walk the dog, get a little bit of exercise in, I guess. So I will be starting this today. I might check in with you later on and let you know how much I'm enjoying it.
We're doing a video.
Is that all you wanted to do? I'm gonna put this in my vlog.
You better put some nice music in it.
Don't do that first. Nobody likes that first.
What are you?
Okay. Hey guys, so it's like crazy late here, it's like 1 AM, but I did say that I would let you know how I was enjoying Girls of Paper and Fire. I'm done. I'm only 20 pages into it so far. I haven't done a lot of reading today. I've been kind of productive. I didn't walk the dog, I did yoga instead, which was nice. I liked it, and it was like, it was intense yoga. It hurt a lot. I wanted to spend some time with my boyfriend, although as you can see he's a lunatic, so I don't know why, but we watched Isn't It Romantic on Netflix, and also the first episode of Umbrella Academy, which is so damn good. So I'm excited to watch some more of that hopefully tomorrow, but I've got like the Game of Thrones live show and stuff tomorrow, and like I said, I'm going to the gym, so we'll see. And once again, I'm off topic. I'm supposed to be telling you about this. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I really like the atmosphere. I really like the middle cast of the caste system that I think I mentioned earlier, and they're like part demon, part human, and I like the picture and like the imagery I'm getting of the setting in this book. You can tell it's late. In this book. And I'm also really loving the writing so far. So I just wanted to pop on and let you know that I'm enjoying it. And I don't think I'm going to go to sleep right now. Like I said, it is late, but I might read just a few more chapters. They are kind of short. and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow to wrap up this vlog, let you know how far along I am in this, whether I went to the gym or not, and how my live show went. Just stay the fuck, just stay there, just stay. Hey, so my ring light has decided that it wants to swivel everywhere now, which is just great. So I'm fresh out of the Game of Thrones live show, and honestly it was a really great time. I think that we did a really good job of discussing everything in that enormous book. So thank you so much to anybody who did join us for that, and thank you so much to my amazing co-hosts. Like, they were all fabulous. And we all had like different opinions. We didn't necessarily agree on everything, and there was a lot of great discussion there. So I'm really excited to start Clash of Kings and the next live show. It's gonna be good. So I'm pretty much here to wrap up the vlog, and I'm gonna start with going through those 3 goals that I was talking about earlier in the week that I wanted to bring in and sort of hold myself accountable. So one of them was that I wanted to start counting my calories again, just to hold myself accountable for what I'm putting into my body, and I have been doing that. I've pretty much done that every single day. There's been a couple of days where I haven't put in like my evening meal, but generally for most of the week I have been counting my calories, and I've already noticed a difference in how I feel. I feel much less heavy, and my mood has been a lot better. Honestly, I think I'm gonna be real with you guys, time of the month, so my mood was like up and down, and I didn't know why, but that's the reason why. Yeah, like I do feel a lot better eating less. And the reason that I count calories, I don't think I had articulated it well before, but the reason that I like to do it is that then I know when to stop. I know when I've eaten enough, because I find that otherwise it'll just be like, oh, I'll just eat this, it doesn't matter, and oh, I'll just eat this, I haven't eaten that much today, and then later on I'll remember that I had like a chocolate bar earlier in the day, and that was like my one cheat of the day, if that makes sense. My second one was to post more on my Grace and Honey Instagram. I've kind of done this. I think I've posted 3 times this week. I do think that posting every day is unrealistic for me, because one of the things that I struggle with my business most of all is finding the time to take photos. So I do like intersperse photos I've taken with customer photos, and I did manage it 3 times a week. I'm going to carry that forward into next week and try and get it up to maybe 5 times a week, but we will see how that works. One of the problems that I have is that my photos I take on my camera, then they get moved to my computer, but I never move them from my computer to my phone. When I'm coming to post on Instagram, I don't have the photos to hand that I have taken, and so that kind of slips by the wayside. And then my last challenge or goal was to go to at least 1 spin class this week, which I did not do. But I did go to the gym today, which was a big step forward for me. So I'm not going too hard on myself with that one, but I do want to carry that over to next week, and that is going to be one of next week's goals because I didn't achieve it. So now that we've got that over with, I will give you a little bit of a reading update. I am still reading Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan, and I am on page 76. So I haven't read a lot today. But honestly, like, I had to edit my wrap up this morning. I went to the gym and we went out for lunch while we were in Beverly. When we came home, I had to like shower, I did laundry, I made dinner, I hung the laundry out, and then I had to get ready for the live show, and the live show was 2.5 hours. So I haven't had a lot of time for reading, but it's not like incredibly late right now. It's 11 p.m. so I am going to go and get in bed and do some reading once I've taken my makeup off and stuff. So that's all I've got for this week's vlog. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have read any of the books that I have this week in the comments. I think I finished 2 books this week, and I've started a 3rd, so that's pretty good. If I can read 2 books a week, you know, I'm happy with that. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you'll go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.